Guys, we got to talk. We got to talk about some of these takes, man. So some of these narratives that are starting. Okay, the brainworm infestation that is taking over NBA media and NBA Twitter. It's reaching national emergencies levels of bad. Okay, the Dallas Mavericks shut it down. They tanked last night. They've done what a lot of us, I would even say the majority of us, have been asking for the past week or so. They tanked. They shut it down. They lost the game they absolutely needed to lose to the Chicago Bulls in order to strengthen their odds of keeping their top 10 pick, which is protected. Keep that in mind. If it's the 11th overall pick, they lose it. If it's the 10th overall pick or higher, they keep it. Please keep that in mind as we move forward, okay? They shut it down. They lose to the Bulls. Their season ends. It's Jover. It's Luke Cover. It's JaVale McGover. It's all over, okay? Their season is over. And the way people are talking about this, the way people on Twitter, the way NBA media people, the way big-time NBA Twitter accounts are discussing this, it's like no team in the history of basketball has tanked. And I want to address some of these talking points here. Okay, because some of these takes are just absolutely insane. And I just feel like I need to lay the groundwork here. Maybe people are just not understanding the situation here. Okay, one, the Mavericks do not control their own, well, did not, I guess, control their own destiny. That needs to be said. Okay, it's not like it's a win and in situation. Okay, they needed the Grizzlies to beat the Thunder. With the Grizzlies, after losing last night and also the Kings losing last night, absolutely had zero. I'm sorry, the Grizzlies won last night and the Kings lost. They have zero reason to play that game on Sunday against the Thunder. The Grizzlies are going to mail it in. They're going to rest guys. I'm sure like John Morant, Desmond Bane, Jaren Jackson. These guys probably don't even play a single minute. And the Thunder, who, they win that game and they're in at home, probably are going to win that game regardless. Okay, so the Mavericks winning their final two games of the season, including last night against the Bulls, would have just been all for nothing because they didn't control their own destiny. So it's not like it was a win and in scenario for the Mavericks and they just decided, you know what? No, we don't want it. All right. We don't want to do that. They did not control their own destiny. And on top of that, they owe the Knicks a top 10 protected pick. They're currently 10th in the lottery odds, which still gives them like a 24% chance of falling out of the top 10. But if they won that game last night to the Bulls, there's absolutely zero chance they passed the Bulls for 10th. They would have been stuck at 11th. And they would have lost their draft pick. I need people to understand this because I don't think people are fully getting that. Okay? This is a team that lacks assets. They do not have assets. All right? They do not have pieces to make moves. The report came out today that Luka is frustrated and could ask out next year if things don't change. If you don't get a top 10 pick in this year's draft, you do not have a lot to offer teams. Whereas getting a top 10 pick does change things. People seem to not understand that. Okay, it's not like the Mavericks said, you know what, 10th feels better than 11th, so we're going to shut it down. We'd rather have the 10th pick than the 11th pick. They do not keep their pick if it's 11th. Please tell me you get that. I don't think you do. I really don't. And that's not even to mention the fact that if the Mavericks did somehow sneak into the play-in, they'd be the 10 seed. A 10 seed has never even won a play-in game, guys. But beyond that, a play-in team has never even won a playoff series. So all of this crying over getting the fucking 10 seed, where you'd have to win 2 road games against teams better than you to even make the playoffs, to play the 1 seed Nuggets, who would steamroll you. Can we get serious, please? Please get serious. I keep seeing people saying, oh, this is a shame. The Mavericks, they said the quiet part out loud. I've never seen anything like this. Motherfucker, the Philadelphia 76ers called themselves the process. Joel Embiid's nickname is still the process. They marketed tanking. What the fuck are you talking about saying the quiet part out loud? What are you saying? Tony Jones, I love Tony Jones. I think he's really good. I really like him. He said that, what did he say? He said, the NBA has never seen anything like this. Dude, Tony, you cover the Utah Jazz, man. The Utah Jazz literally tanked their season while they were in a play-in spot. Not in Game 81 when they were not in a play-in spot. Game 81, guys. This is what we're talking about here. People are acting like, the Mavericks traded for Kyrie Irving. They won their first few games after the Kyrie Irving trade. And then Luka came back from an injury against the Kings. And then they lost that first game. The first game Luka and Kyrie played together, they lost against the Kings. And then the front office said, actually, you know what? This is not going to work. Shut it down. We're tanking the rest of the season. This is not going to work. People are acting like that's what happened. Instead of game 81 of the season in which you no longer control your own destiny and you probably have like a 5% chance of making the play-in tournament. This is what people are talking like. It's like, Tony, you cover the Utah Jazz, man. They traded guys off their roster. They fucking literally set guys while they were in a play-in spot. And guess what? I don't care. I think it was the right decision for them. It made so much sense for them to do that. Why? Because who gives a shit about the 10th seed? Nobody cares. It doesn't matter to teams. Teams clearly don't give a fuck about it. Okay? So why are we doing all of this pearl clutching? People are really exposing themselves for not watching. They just are. People are really exposing themselves for not watching. The most hilarious tweet I saw, that this says a lot about society. Oh my God. Oh, the woke moralists are losing NBA games on purpose. What about our society? Marxist communist owner Mark Cuban is losing games on purpose. Our society is doomed. What do I need to do? I will get on my hands and knees and beg you to shut the hell up if that's what it takes. Okay? What does this say about society? Maybe it says the NBA fans are a little bit more intelligent than they let on, and they understand that losing has been incentivized by this league for decades, and that it puts your team in a better position moving forward more often than not. Maybe it says that Mavericks fans kind of understand what's going on here, and it says that, hey, if we win this game, we lose our top 10 protected pick, while also more than likely missing the play-in tournament. So it's just for the best to lose the game on purpose so we actually have a path moving forward to improve our team. What does this say about society? What does it say about you? You haven't watched. Congratulations. You just exposed yourself. You have not watched. This team has been the 4th worst team in basketball since the trade deadline, man. The 4th worst. The Houston Rockets have been better. What do you want them to do? What is winning? What are winning these games going to do, man? Stop acting like this is some new occurrence, some new phenomena. It's not even new this season. I don't understand, because it's game 81. All of a sudden, it's a big deal. But if you did it a month ago, like the Jazz, if you did it a month ago, like the Blazers, then it's cool. Like, yeah, cool, smart choice by them. But since the Mavericks are doing it with 2 games left, but like people are saying, oh, well, it's different because there's 2 top 20 players on the team. Yeah, well, guess what? They fucking suck. Have you watched? They've been terrible. Like I said, the 4th worst team in basketball since the trade deadline. They've been worse than the Houston Rockets, than the Orlando Magic, than the Indiana Pacers. God bless those teams. The Mavericks have been worse than them since the trade deadline with those top 20 players. They have 4 wins in their last 15 games or something like that. A disgusting overtime win against the Spurs in which you had zero business winning. Okay. A miracle buzzer beater by Maxi Kleber against the Lakers. Okay, and then blowing out the Indiana Pacers, who literally weren't trying at all. And what was the other win? The Kings. Wow. What a juggernaut. What a sleeping giant. I can't believe the Mavericks did this. Man, the Mavericks would have gotten fucked by the Timberwolves in the 9-10 game. And then what? Now we're making fun of the Mavericks. They lose their top 10 protected pick. We're all laughing at them. What a dumbass franchise. I can't believe how stupid this franchise is. You exposed yourself. You don't watch. People do it all the time. You have exposed yourself. I got into it on Twitter. I don't remember who it was. It was some big NBA YouTuber, Dom, I think, or something like that. It was saying, he was saying like, he was basically saying that this is terrible. Like the Pelicans, you can't compare this to the Trailblazers because we all knew the Trailblazers were fucked. Dude, if you've been watching the Mavericks, you know that they're fucked, man. Who do you think this team is? Who do you guys think this team has been since the trade deadline? This is not some sleeping giant. This team is a sleeping elf. Okay? And guess what? It's going to remain fast asleep. It's Jover, man. They are sleeping. They're not waking up. Okay? It's like me after 5 Dos Equis the night before. I'm not waking up. I'm sleeping. Like, let's get serious, please. Just for 1 second. Can we please get serious? Okay? And I haven't even talked about the rumors that Luka might want out. Good. Guess what? Good. I like that. I want him to put pressure on the front office. I like it. I do. And yes, obviously, anyone with a brain realizes we're reaching a critical point here with Luka Doncic before those rumors. So, yeah, good. Put some pressure on them. This is the biggest offseason maybe in the history of this franchise. And having a top 10 pick entering the offseason is much better than not having that pick. And, well, guys, we can give ourselves a fucking pat. Everyone give yourself a pat on the fucking back because we won a meaningless game against the Chicago Bulls. And we still missed the play-in tournament. But we won the game. And we got to get on our high horse. And we got to talk down about tanking because we tried in that game. And we won. And now we have the 11th overall pick. Oh, wait, not even us. The Knicks do. And we have no real way to improve our team. We did it, guys. Please shut the hell up. Please. Please shut the hell up.